Welcome back to Quit Your Diet, Think to Shrink. So, I want to talk about assumptions. Now, that word means something considered to be true without evidence. That is something we consider to be true without evidence. We're just making an assumption. And what we're going to talk about in this session is the assumptions that I'm going to make about you. And also, they are the same assumptions you should make about yourself for the benefit of this course. Now, these assumptions will act as a kind of lifeboat that you can swim back to when you get that underlying feeling that this might not be for you or that you're different and you can't do this. We live in a world where making assumptions about people is considered bad manners, I suppose. That's the best way of putting it. However, I make certain assumptions about all my clients, and I'm going to suggest that you make these same assumptions about yourself. I learned long ago that our assumptions about someone powerfully shape how we interact with them. The word assumption doesn't imply truth, it simply asks us to act as if something is true. And in my experience, progress happens faster, more effectively when I work with people based on the correct assumptions. Consider them not as judgments, but as kind of the starting points for change. Let me tell you a story. So, a young man runs a red light and he's spotted by the police. When he's pulled over, he quickly explains, "I'm really sorry, officer. I was rushing home because my mum was due back any minute now, and my dad was a war veteran who passed away a few years ago. And every year I buy her a birthday present from him. And I've left it on the dining room table, and I just wanted to be home before she arrived." Now, pause for a moment. What are your assumptions about this young man? His character, maybe the car he's driving, his home, his circumstances. But let me change just one detail. Same guy, same situation, but this time he says, "So sorry, officer, I was rushing home because my mum is due back any minute and I left a huge bag of weed on the dining room table." Have your perceptions of him changed? Because this simple shift highlights how easily our assumptions shape our judgments and interactions, and quite often without realizing it. Let's go a little bit further than that. I want to make these assumptions about you, and I'm going to suggest you make these assumptions about yourself. Remember, truth doesn't come into it. We commit to behaving and thinking as if these statements were factual about ourselves. In the same way as all my other clients, you will speak to yourself differently because assumptions shape how we see the world and act within it, even if they're not true. Think of it like this. If you believe all men are untrustworthy, you will find daily proof to back that up while ignoring evidence to the contrary. Assumptions work both ways, so why not make them serve us and what we're trying to do? So below are some foundational assumptions to guide your approach. Whether they are objectively true does not matter. You may find them counterintuitive, but I will ask you to believe these assumptions about yourself. Number one, the map is not the territory. Your mind does not see reality. It sees your version of it. And we all carry this mental map in our minds. It's based on our experiences, and no two maps are alike. There's an idea I created for my students. Imagine two hikers on hiking, and they come to a road and one says, "Okay, we'll cross the road here." And the other goes, "No, I can't cross the road because it's a raging river and we'll drown." So they both walk down to the bridge and cross over. They both believe they were right. Their internal maps told them they were right. Therapists and people like me, we don't want to redraw someone's map for them. They kind of walk alongside, helping the person see things differently. And sometimes the bridge might just be the safest route, even if the map says otherwise. That's number one. The map is not the territory. I think the next one's an easy one. You are the expert of your own life. No one knows your life better than you. Therapists, friends, family can offer advice, but they are guessing based on their maps, not yours. And a great therapist does not hand out solutions. They ask the right questions to help you uncover your answers. Advice from others might be well-meaning, but real change comes from within. So there's only ever one expert in the room. That is, you are the expert of your own life. Number 3, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you always got. Keep doing the same thing and you're going to keep getting the same results. You want something different? You have to change what you're doing. If you're dreaming of a better job, a healthier body, a new lifestyle, start by breaking those old patterns, that old person. If you've always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you always got. Number 4, there is no failure, only lesson. Things don't always go your way, but that doesn't mean you've failed. It means you've learned something. Every setback is a chance to adjust your approach. Think of a salesperson. Each rejection teaches him how to refine his pitch, and the same goes for life. There is no failure. There's only lessons. Today's problem was yesterday's solution. I'm kind of paraphrasing that in some way from NLP, and this is an intuitively correct one. Most problems started off as a solution to something else. Debt solved the stress of temporarily going through some retail therapy, or overeating might have soothed a tough day. Understanding what it was that your current problem once solved can help you move forward and avoid creating a new one to replace that one. That's an interesting one. Today's problem was yesterday's solution. Number 6, there's a positive intention behind every behavior. Even the worst actions stem from someone's best option at that moment. Whether it's anger, avoidance, or even something extreme, people will act based on what feels like it's the right choice at that very time. Number 7, you can pretend you can. Your brain doesn't always know the difference between imagination and reality. So we can use that to our advantage. If you smile when you're down, then your mood will follow. Pretend you're already fitter, more competent, or more confident, and your brain will start aligning your actions with that image. So play the part, and soon you will live it. These assumptions are not just ideas, they are tools. Use them to navigate these challenges, shift your mindset, and create real change. So there you go. Those are the 7 assumptions I certainly think you should make about yourself, and I am going to make about you. The map is not the territory. You are the expert of your own life. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you always got. There is no failure, only lessons. Today's problem was yesterday's solution. There's a positive intention behind every behavior, and you can pretend you can. There we have it. We're ready to begin this fascinating journey and to get the most from this book and its ideas. Be willing to try what's new and different or counterintuitive. Talk to yourself like I talk to my clients, by assuming each of the above is absolutely true. And hopefully by now you can see how you will speak to yourself differently. In order to help you in remembering these, then I created a nice color downloadable PDF or an electronic version. And as usual, it's simple and it's free. It's at the Action Factory Publishing.com-sign up. actionfactorypublishing.com-sign up. Become a member on the site and you'll get free access to all of these tools and much, much more to come. Those are assumptions. I'm going to assume that we're now going to set those in stone for ourselves before we go further. And when we get to those moments of doubt or we feel like it's not our thing and we can't do it, we're going to go back to these assumptions, because these assumptions are going to be our life raft, if you like. They're going to be what we can swim back to when we feel like we're kind of not up for this, we're not good enough for this, and we can't do this. That's assumptions. We're going to start getting really into the meat of this program now. Thank you for being there. My name is Michael Dawson. This is Quit Your Diet, Think to Shrink. I'm going to see you in the next video. Don't forget to download that sheet and pin it on the wall.